I want to talk about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, right? I haven't dropped a little dedicated Metroid video in a while, and I said, you know what, it's been a minute. And in this video, I want to just keep it real simple. I've talked about the idea of, people may not want to show up for Metroid for multiple reasons, especially now in this gaming climate. But I want to be clear. I do believe Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will be the best-selling Metroid game ever. And I do believe Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will be Metroid's Breath of the Wild moment, Metroid's Mario Odyssey moment. And by that I mean those games had a certain ceiling. And then they created games that were so good, so innovative in comparison to what came before, that new players, when they played the thing, they just enjoyed it more than any of the previous thing they played before. And by that I mean there's people who played Zelda previously and was like, yeah, I wasn't feeling Zelda until it became open air. And for every one Zelda fan who says, oh yeah, I don't like open air Zelda, I wish they stuck with the old style. I prefer Echoes of Wisdom and things like that because it feels like more old school Zelda. Yeah, that's cool. For every one of them, there's like maybe 10 new Zelda fans who prefer open air Zelda. And then for every Mario fan who wants to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I prefer, Galaxy and Mario 64 and Sunshine style of just going and collecting one star and then loading screen, coming back to the hub world, going back into the stage, loading screen, then collect that one star back to the loading screen and then back to the hub world before going back into a loading screen to go back into a new stage. You see how annoying that sounds? There's people who prefer that, but then there's people with way better taste like myself. I'm just playing, but still, kind of, who prefer what they did with Mario Odyssey. And it's like, yeah, I'm in this world and I'm free to collect whatever it is that I want at my own pace, at my leisure. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm done in this world collecting the moons that I want, and this goes for Odyssey and Bowser's Fury, right? Two of the best-selling 3D entries in the Mario series. And it's, yeah, a game that gives you this different style of play. There's more open. And I'm only bringing all of this up is to say that I believe that there's going to be different gameplay elements there that's going to drive this game to become a better seller. Things that are going to look so good in the new trailers that it's going to make people who never even played a Metroid game be like, you know what, I actually want to experience that. And that's the Beyond that I've been talking about that we haven't seen yet. It's going to be there. All Nintendo games, especially their sequels that exist for a reason. So yeah, there's a reason why this game exists beyond just, oh yeah, more Metroid, because we've been asking for it. There's definitely going to be creative ideas there, design choices and everything that can potentially drive this game to become the best-selling entry. And that's what I believe is going to happen. Now, Dread was already the best-selling entry, right? But with that, I still believe 100% that Metroid Prime 4 is going to stomp out even Dread sales. And I want that to happen. And then I want the next game that plays like Dread to come out, and I want all the people who played Metroid Prime to be like, I love the Metroid series, so let me try this 2D entry, which I didn't ever play Dread. So let me jump onto this new one, and they jump onto that new one. So then that new Metroid game sells even more than Dread did, and potentially even more than Metroid Prime 4 does. And then when eventually Prime 5 comes out, it could sell more than all of those. But I could see Nintendo doing what they've done with a lot of their IP this generation, and that's hitting a home run that leads the IP to be bigger than what it previously was. Now, I know that's a big ask, but it already happened with Dread. So I feel like, why not have that confidence with Prime 4, which is a way bigger budget. It's a way bigger game that potentially, should have more appeal. I say potentially, but it's not potentially. It should have more appeal. It's in the first-person view. The biggest selling games on the planet, games like Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying, are in the first-person perspective. So, yeah, visuals are incredible, and yeah, there's a lot going for it that should make the game sell more. But I think what's really going to make it sell is not the fact that it's just, oh yeah, it's Metroid Prime again, because we've had that 3 times. And if you want to get technical, multiple times. There's been Metroid Prime Federation Force and there's been Metroid Prime Hunters. 2 different things from what Metroid Prime is, but they also exist. Oh, and let me not forget Pinball. Pinball was another one. But yeah, I think they definitely need to go above and beyond Metroid Prime with this new entry. Yeah, it's Metroid Prime 4 in name, but it should be something new. It's no different from what I asked for from Halo. Like Halo needs to go from what it used to be, respect that, but become something more that makes people be like, ooh, I want to play that. You know? I think Halo needs that, and I think FPA, Metroid definitely needs that. You know, and I think it's going to get that because if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Nintendo who's going to, challenge them to challenge themselves to make this IP more appealing through gameplay and through, the story and the visuals of the game. And I think visually, yeah, they've achieved that. That game looks gorgeous, especially on the standard Switch. Even though this is probably what it'll look like anyway, even on the Super Nintendo Switch. I don't see it being a drastically different visual version than this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, because this looks already awesome. It looks like everything I loved from the previous Metroids, but way better. Everything is more streamlined, a lot more details, texture, lighting, just the smoke in the air that makes that game look the way it looks. It's the same thing that Doom: The Dark Ages has in the air. A lot of mist in the air, and it's a good look for these, epic, sci-fi, FPS games, man, FPAs, man. It's definitely a good look. So, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Metroid has a chance to become a game that sells, upwards, 5-10 million? Or are we going to be seeing a Metroid game launch with a higher budget than Dread and sell less than Dread? Like, what do you think? I hope that doesn't happen. I hope people show up for Metroid. I hope it's none of this lame ass, nonsense of, oh, I gotta play with a girl. I don't want none of that shit. Like, show up. Like, your favorite games done taken from this series so many times. All your favorite games. And yet this series never gets the flowers it deserves. This series pioneered a lot of the staples that you can find all throughout the industry. And yet it doesn't get the love and credit that it deserves. So I hope Metroid Prime 4 could be that. That game that finally makes a series feel, sales-wise, the way we feel about it. Because, it is what it is. Like, that's one thing. You can't deny its greatness because, well, everybody done copied off Metroid. So, yeah, I just want the sales to match that legacy. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I just want that so bad. And look, I know some of y'all going to listen to this and be like, why is it so important for you for Metroid to sell like that? And it's like, because it's literally one of my favorite series of all time. It's a series that has pioneered so much different game design. And its sales are important because I don't want to wait a gap like I just did from 2007 all the way to 2025. That's insane of a wait for a game as good as what Metroid Prime 3 was. Like that's an insane wait for a sequel to that kind of game. And then there's nothing out there like it. There's nothing that exists. And there's no other character turning into a morph ball. There's no, look, matter of fact, look, I don't even got to say all that. Let's just have the debate right here. If we're going to even debate it, look, I love Doomslayer, Master Chief, Samus Aran. And people always do the debate, oh, who will win? And I know Doomslayer feels like the easy answer. But he can't turn into a morph ball. He can't run and splash right through her the way she could. You know what I'm saying? With her abilities, she can't. I mean, they can't screw attack the way she could. Like, yo, her arsenal, her repertoire is unmatched in the gaming space. Like, yeah, Link got a Master Sword and a shield. Samus got way more than that. Oh, Kratos got an axe and it could come back to him. Oh, he got his, two goddamn chain blades, which are awesome. But yeah, Samus got more than that. Like, Samus' repertoire has always been the illest out of any video game character. Because not only can she turn into a morph ball, but then the morph ball can have different weaponry. It can have different speeds, abilities, the ability to jump, stick to walls. Like, bruh, if you want to talk about it, she'd be on her Sam Fisher. What? Doomslayer be like, where is she? She's literally crawling on the wall above him. Powerbomb, then just leaves. Blah, just did him dirty. Like, yo, Samus is no joke. So this is why it's like, yeah, I want the series to win so bad because I want more of it. I want multiplayer Metroid. I want Metroid. Look, that little boom period we had when we got Hunters, Metroid Prime 2 came out with its little mediocre multiplayer, but we thought, oh man, there's a possibility now where Metroid games of the future are going to have, these good, awesome, robust, Halo-like, multiplayer modes and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, don't make it Halo-like because I don't want to be running around with multiple Samuses. I want to run around as awesome characters from the lore of this incredible long running series. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. And yeah, it was feeling like we was getting there. Then we moved away from it, and it's like, damn. But maybe we could get there again. And Dread was the great start. It literally is the greatest start you could ask for. It sold more than every other entry in the series. So me sitting here saying, yeah, I believe and I want. Am I trying to will it into existence? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I believe with the hype of the next Nintendo console, off the back of the current Nintendo console, which every Nintendo IP pretty much did better than they ever did on this hardware, I believe Metroid is about to reap the benefits of being a launch title, and being also available day one on the best selling hardware of all time, the Nintendo Switch. You know, like to have that your game launch in both those ecosystems, one that's going to be new and hot and one that's already proven. There's no reason why this isn't the best selling entry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, me saying this right here is just me just trying to throw it into the universe. The next Metroid game is going to be the best selling one. It's going to put the series on the map like it never was before. Hopefully lead into Nintendo greenlight in the anime or something like that. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. One of the questions I got, like what other IP could you see as, live action or animation or things like that? And like I said Game of Thrones like Fire Emblem, obviously Zelda feature film, Lord of the Rings style. Obviously we got the Mario CGI movie. I think you should do a Splatoon CGI movie or CGI series. But then you could have your beautiful anime, or just any, like it could be CGI too. I don't care. Like Advent Children and stuff like that, like a Metroid little series movie, something like that. I would take it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want the series to grow and do things that are awesome, And yeah, that's it, man. That's all I wanted to say about Metroid. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button, and yeah, subscribe to the channel and all of that good stuff. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Shout out to each and every one of my patrons. I appreciate y'all. Until the next one. Peace.